Gone to Brazil. Grandma's here for 5 years. Forsen, will you visit me? Yes, sir.
Followed. The thing is, though, this
Thank you,
isn't
man.
one of those instances where playing that original game was super hard or tricky to do. Compared to something like The Thing, which was their last big project.
I don't know why. It always takes a long time for the videos to load for the first time. It never lags mid-video. I don't know what that is about.
Nintendo 64 or used an emulator, where I'd still argue in both cases it was still more or less unplayable. System Shock 2, on the other hand,
it's because of ad block.
Steam or good old games at time and pick this thing up for peanuts.
Do you guys have the same thing or what?
And that this remaster isn't really bringing back an old obscure hard to play game and putting it into mainstream. The other thing to keep in mind about this remaster is that it's not
YouTube artificially slows it down because of ad block.
The base game either. I mean, if you're
but why are you slowing it down without telling me it's because of ad block? It's kind of useless.
Well, then I'd almost argue
useless solution.
Worth revisiting anyway. Also, considering that
at least have a little thingy that says currently running ads or some shit.
Not to mention the Shock Community Patch, which also addresses a whole bunch of bugs and issues from that original release. But if you're like me and you maybe haven't played System Shock 2 in a few years, ad block
blocks the information that it's being slowed. Oh, that's funny.
The Xbox, the PS5 and the Switch. In fact, I'd wager that that's the intended demographic they're going for here. So yeah, if you're just after an easy, accessible way to experience one of gaming's all-time best immersive sims, and don't really care how long it's taken us to get to this point, well, then yeah, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, as for the actual remaster, there is quite a lot of stuff to talk about there. However, I do think I should go over what System Shock 2 is all about first, assuming that a lot of the people watching this haven't even played it. But if you only want to know about what the remaster brings to the table, well, then skip ahead to the time code on the screen and we can get right to it. But if you know nothing about what you're getting yourself into, well, then let's cover that stuff first. Yeah, buckle up, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, boy.
Right, so originally released way back in 1999, System Shock 2 came out the same year as Quake 3 Arena, Unreal Tournament, and Half-Life Opposing Force. And the fact that it still stood tall amongst these titans, not to mention above them in some ways, really shows you how much of a big deal it was. Again, developed by Looking Glass Studios, the story takes place decades after the events in that first game. This time you're playing as a nameless soldier on the Von Braun, a faster-than-light starship, and you're waking out of cryosleep with amnesia to find that the entire crew is either dead or infected by an alien parasite called the Many.
You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong.
Very cool. Cool.
Yeah, in typical sci-fi horror fashion, the Von Braun was investigating a distress signal coming from the nearby planet of Tau Ceti. And whatever they found there is what's caused this outbreak that's killed off almost everyone on the ship. And just to make things even worse, the Von Braun's AI system, Xerxes, has gone rogue, causing all the robots and security turrets to be hostile towards humans.
Security turrets? Is that what he said?
Is everybody's responsibility.
Yeah, it just basically means that almost everything that exists in this game world wants to see you dead. Your only assistance comes from a woman named Dr. Polito, who assists you early on in the story, as you navigate through these various decks.
So it's a Half-Life 1 quality playthrough, or that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting out of it. Kinda, yeah. No, it's good. I mean, Half-Life 1 is good, so I don't know.